this is Coach Mims, and welcome to another segment of In Between Sets. Today, I am going to have my homegirl, trainer SNS. She's going to interview me and ask me questions about the training game. I get a lot of questions every day of people asking me different things about how to get training started, what direction they should go in, and all of those questions. So on this one, I'm gonna have my girl, trainer SNS, interview me, and we gonna get to the nuts and bolts of things, and we gonna try to answer as many questions we can, and be honest about the questions, and let you guys see my point of view when it comes to training different athletes and everything like that. So with that being said, you know what time it is. We're gonna do a set and then come back and we're going to chop it up. So when we come back, we're going to have trainer SNS with us. So enjoy this video of this training, and we'll get back to you.
Coach Shawn, Coach Mims calls me trainer SNS. Yes, I am back again for the third time?
Yeah, I'm trying to get her to co-host this show with me, but she keep playing, talking about the money ain't right.
The money is not
right.
Listen,
so
y'all saw the thumbnail.
We gonna get the money right.
Y'all saw the thumbnail, okay? No, it's been fun. Y'all know I give a quick plug, so let me give a quick plug to my alumni, Tennessee State University. If you are looking for College of Engineering, if you're engineering,
they ain't even sponsoring the show.
That's one of the top in the state. I still gotta give a plug.
You gotta give a plug and they ain't giving on to the show.
So no, all jokes aside, I wanted to interview Coach Mims, and as you see, I have my clipboard with a few questions on here. I'm gonna keep it light, not really, but I'm gonna ask him some of the tough questions that I'm gonna be honest that I've heard people ask or say, but they just, I guess, are not comfortable asking.
So you gonna let me off the chain today? Cause you know you put the chain on me, you don't allow me to speak my mind the way I.
We gonna keep it trading.
Let me.
We can keep it rated TC.
No ma'am.
Rated TC.
No ma'am. Because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people be talking like a lot of stuff on I'll call them internet thugs, keyboard thugs. So a lot of keyboard thugs be talking stuff, and a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, I don't respond back. Not unless you say something off the wall crazy to me about my training, and I'll and I'll just go look at your page, and when I look at your page and see you ain't got nothing, I'm gonna let you have it. So that's why a lot of times a lot of people back off of even saying anything to me, because I can basically end your career on the keyboard. I just choose not to. You know what I'm saying? So
he's definitely not.
Anyways, let's get it popping. Ask me the question so we can get to it, because the folks want to hear it. They want to hear it.
They do, and I'm sure they saw the thumbnail. Let's talk about it. Let's start. I'm gonna just jump right into it. You know, Mims good, but Mims want a bag too, you know. So a lot of times because I handle all the operations part of the business, and I get all the phone calls from potential clients and things like that. And you know, they call, I provide the information, our pricing, our scheduling information, and you know, sometimes I don't hear back. Other times they'll just tell me on the phone like it's not in my budget, or he's not comparable to other facilities in the area. So let's talk about it. You know, a lot of times you've heard it. Like I said, I've heard it as far as Coach Mims is expensive. He's good, but he want a bag for you to come train.
Exactly. And it should be, and I don't care who you are and what business you are. It should be a bag for your services because obviously I'm one of the best. And I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep saying it until somebody come and prove me wrong and tell me I'm not the best, or show me. Don't even tell me. Show me that I'm not the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is over thousands of dollars worth of education on this wall alone, saying that I'm one of the top guys in the world. I'm not just saying, oh, I'm a DB specialist or, oh, I'm a wide receiver specialist. I have the knowledge and I also have the background and the schooling to go with it. So stop playing with me when you come in here. When you come in here, this gym is state of the art. You're not training outside. You're not doing none of them things. You're in a state of the art gym. We're sitting in the treatment room right now, what I use to treat a lot of different athletes.
Okay. As you can see, Coach Mims is very passionate.
Yeah, because I'm tired of people playing with me out here,
what
bro.
he does.
For real.
Okay, so in regards to when people say Coach Mims is expensive, and you're saying because of your expertise and your background, educationally, experience-wise, because I can honestly say, as a trainer myself, I think it's because of so many years of me watching you train, I've learned. So I can say I sat under somebody and I was able to learn.
And that's the...
I don't piggyback off of just because I have a certification, because I'm going to be honest, I'm on social media too. I see a lot of trainers who have certifications and they still are not that good. And no shade against any trainer out there.
Yeah,
but
you're absolutely right. A lot of people don't know, like, I have exercise science background, I have a physical therapy background, and all of those things play a part when you come into this training world. Like, you can't be, I call a lot of guys one-hit wonders. Like right now, you got the guy that's in the gym training, and he got a bench press strapped to his body, and he got a long PVC pipe, and he got what you call chains, and he's trying to do a jump rope with the bench press. That's a one-hit wonder, bro. He is not training nobody. Listen, my result speaks for itself.
And I'm gonna be honest, that's like, in my opinion, and you can voice your opinion. My opinion, seeing stuff like that, it is just to go viral. I think
everybody's trying to go viral.
I think you basically kind of do the training game a disservice by posting stuff like that. I mean, because I don't think people should really take that seriously, in my opinion.
But the problem is, I don't have a problem with people doing that to go viral to be funny. Don't mistake that. It's funny. To me, it's funny. I know that's not real training. He's just trying to get somebody to hit the like button. And no shade and not to them guys, because they in shape. Don't get it twisted. Them brothers is in shape. But on the simple fact that what you trying to sell? You trying to sell people that if they come train with you, they can be able to do this crazy stuff? Like, to me, that's false advertisement. No, take it for what it's worth. Say, hey, when I do a video or something like that and I do something funny, I say, hey, this is just for funny and kicks and laughs. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to put anything on film that's not up there in the top elite. You understand what I'm saying? But it just aggravates me, man, when I get people that come in my inbox all the time and they be like, yo, bro, what did you do to get to where you at?
And that was my next question on here.
You know what? Before you go to that question, y'all check out this video and see a little bit of my work and what I do and how I transformed this kid after a year and a half of training with me. Look at the transformation of this kid right here. Okay, so let's check this video out and we'll be right back.
as you can see, Coach Mims is, he need a pat on the back, rub on the back. Or
Nah, I don't need no rub. I don't need no rub.
No, but all jokes aside, I think as you can see, he's very passionate about what he does. He's been doing it for years, and I understand that. So let's.
It's not even about me being that passionate. It's about, I know what I did to get here to bust my ass. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of shit. Excuse my language. I did a lot of stuff for free for a lot of people. And when I got into this game, I've never been the type of person that a people pleaser. I've never been that guy. I never kissed butt to get to where I needed to get at in life. I'll give you a prime example. I remember one time I was playing arena football for a team, and I'm talking about we was in training camp, and I'm talking about I'm busting everybody butt in practice, route running, catching, everything. All of a sudden, they bring this guy in. He had just got let go from the Washington Redskins. So they bring him in, and they all hyped up like, oh my gosh, this is such and such, and he's from the Washington Redskins, and da-da-da-da. His first day in practice, bro, he was straight garbage. He was hot garbage. So everybody looking around at me, because I'm the leading wide receiver, everybody looking around at me like, bro, like, I thought he was good. Everybody, and I'm chopping him up. I'm getting at him, you know what I'm saying, going at him. And all of a sudden, the coach pulled me to the side. He like, yo, Mims, like, we gonna, I never forget, I had sprung my ankle. He was like, we gonna put you on RR. I was like, I don't need to be on RR. Like, I just need 1 or 2 days off, you know what I'm saying, a rehab it, and I'm good to go. He's like, nah, we gonna put you on RR, and we got such and such here now. He can take up the slack until you come back. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going on RR. I don't want to go on RR. And what a lot of people don't know about arena football is if you don't play that week, you don't get paid. So for me, I'm about my money. I'm about my business. So for me, I was going to push through whatever I had to push through. I wasn't going to sit out 3 or 6 or whatever weeks. So I told them if they not going to play me, then let me go. So he was like, all right, like we'll go ahead and release you. But to me, it was just like a slap in the face. Make a long story short, I winded up leaving. I got picked up by another team, and he winded up playing up until like week 3, and he quit on them. And then I hear from other players, they were like, yo, like, bro, they messed up when they let you go. I was like, I know they messed up. I know, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to kiss anybody butt, and I don't have to follow what you want me to follow.
So let's piggyback off of that a little bit, because that's another question that I have for you in regards to basically what it sounds like to me is that they wanted to use this guy's recent stint with the Washington Redskins to be able to promote their team and say, we have this person on our team. So let's talk about that a little bit, because a lot of people come in and they ask us all the time, like, Coach Mims, you train A, B, C, D. Why don't you, you know, like, take pictures with them or when they're here, or why don't you, you know, post about that you're training this professional player or that professional player. Can we?
I'm glad you asked me that question. I train a lot of professional athletes, and the reason why I don't post pictures of me, you know, shaking their hands and all of that, because that's not what they paying me for. They paying me for a service. That's why nobody's really allowed in here when I'm training my professional athletes, because we need that one-on-one time. I need them to really lock in. So if you come in here, excuse me, and you see a professional athlete in here, I'm waving at you real quick. I'm like, yo, take them in the office. Like, I'm working with him. Now, mind you, my gym is over 5,000 square feet. So when you in this gym, if you're a professional athlete, you're going to be in this gym by yourself, training with me in 500 square feet, just me and you. It's you versus you. When you train with me, it's the true you versus you. It ain't you gonna be in here with a, you know, this person, that person, and they trying to ask you for an autograph, everything. I don't treat my celebrity athletes or whatever, I don't treat them like celebrities. I treat them like they paying me for a service and they gonna get this work. And I'm harder on them than I am on anybody else, because this is their job. This is how they feed their families. So I take it real serious, because I was once a professional athlete. I don't need to need you to be in here training with a bunch of people. And I think that's what's going on with society right now is, and as I got further and further in the training game, you know what I'm saying, I used to be upset at myself because I used to look at other training gyms and stuff like that and see like tons of kids in there, and then I see the celebrities in there, and I'm like, yo, they getting a bag. Like, yo, I used to get at you. I'm like, yo, get me more people in here. Like, what you doing? Like, me and you used to have knockdown, drag out arguments. It used to be like, yo, Mims, chill. Like, you don't need 1,000 people in your gym.
And let me chime in there. And I do a lot of research because that's my job. So a lot of people don't see me in the forefront because I am a background person and I do a lot of market research and things like that. And I have ways of gaining information. So just to piggyback off of what you said, a lot of times when you see all of those kids in there, they're not paying.
They're not paying, bro.
So we can, again, one of our previous videos that we talked about, so the power of social media, we have the ability to portray that our business is booming and it's doing so many because we have a bunch of kids in there. But I've always been one to believe about it's quality over quantity. Just because you have 30 kids in there doesn't mean that they're all getting good work.
And that doesn't mean that all 30 are paid.
It doesn't mean that all 30
It doesn't mean that all... If a person got 30 kids in their gym, you best to believe 15 of them ain't paid. 15 of them ain't paid. They trying to get the video out, put it out, and fluff the numbers like they're doing all these great numbers. But they're not really doing no numbers. So to me, I can have one person in my gym per hour or two people in my gym per hour and still make more money than them cats that got 30, 40, 50 people in their gym. I'm telling you. Service. And I'm putting out a quality service, and I'm putting out a quality work, and I'm putting out a quality product. And guess what? When my before and after pictures come out, it breaks every internet. I can show you numbers of when I put the young man that y'all just seen in that video, when I put that before and after picture out of him, and man, my phone wouldn't stop ringing, bro. My phone would not start ringing. So people know, yeah, you gonna pay a bag to come see me, but you gonna get every result that you want plus some. So anybody that's ever worked with me, they'll tell you, like, yeah, he expensive, but you gonna get every bit of everything that you pay for and then some.
Okay, let's before we break, let me ask one more question, and we're going to get back into it after the next segment of videos. But you can chat about it a little bit. Another question I had is when you're talking about the quality of work that you do. Delaware is small, so sure. A lot of people consider Coach Mims as being arrogant because sure. They say, like like I said, I'm being very candid. I'm gonna ask the questions y'all don't want to ask him. To his face, I'm going to ask him. So Coach Mims, they say Coach Mims is arrogant, he's cocky, and all of this. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I'm not arrogant. I'm real confident in what I do, and I know that I'm one of the best in the world. My track record speaks for itself. I'll give you a prime example. I don't know how many coaching applications that I have put out from different schools around here. I don't know how many times that higher up people have recommended me to certain high schools and everything, and they take one look at my application and my background and be like, we gotta pay him a bag. And you right. If you want, I guarantee you this straight facts. Delaware football is so watered down. You can give me the worst team in Delaware right now, and I'm saying it on camera. You can give me the worst team in Delaware to where they said these kids ain't no good, it barely got any kids on the team. You make me the head coach, and I guarantee you I'll win a state title within 1 year. Because I know my record. I know. I'm that confident in myself, and guess what? If I don't win a state title that year, I'll give my salary back to the school. That's on everything I love. If you give me a head coaching job right now, I guarantee you I will win a state title that year in any division. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, whatever, D1, D2, D3, whatever. I'm that confident in what I do, and I know what I bring to the table. I absolutely know what I bring to the table. It's like you said, they think I'm arrogant, and you can call it arrogant, or you can call it whatever you want to, but I'm that confident in what I do. Okay. Delaware football ain't that. You got the the same two schools every year fighting for a championship. You got Smyrna and you got Middletown. And every year, those. Why is it that those two schools are the only two schools that fight for a state title every year? That's because they're so far of everybody else. They're so far of everybody else to everybody else don't know what to do to catch up. And everybody is on this, this my buddy, like I'm gonna bring him with me. Or this is my son, I'm gonna bring him in. Everybody can't coach. That's proven. Delaware proves that everybody can't coach. Because you shouldn't have the same two teams every year fighting for a state title.
And we talk about this all the time because neither one of us are from here. I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Right.
And sports there is like when I came here, like Friday night football, like I used to play in the marching band in high school, but Friday night football, stadiums were packed. Like I'm talking about standing room only, basketball games, everything, standing room only. So when I moved here, it was a little different for me to experience how football, especially football,
Listen, let me tell you something. And everybody that know my hometown, that know where I'm from South Carolina, Beaufort, South Carolina, stand up right now. When it comes to Friday night football, I was Mr. Friday Night Football. I'm talking about I had mayors, governors, senators, everybody you can name was, if we played at home, they was at that game. I sold out. I was the show. I sold out arenas. You understand what I'm saying? In high school. And I sold out arenas in high school.
I can honestly say from me knowing you all these years and seeing how your hometown embraces you on social media whenever things happen, they always call Coach Mims like you and another young man at your high school was
Chris Gibbs
the best quarterbacks in South Carolina. I mean running backs in South Carolina.
Yeah, me and Chris.
And
Chris took over when I left.
I can attest that your hometown definitely remembers you after all of these years for what you did for your high school. But we're gonna take a break. But when we come back, this is what I want to talk to Coach Mims about as well. Another question that I have here is, and this is I know you guys are going to get the real deal on this one. So I hear a lot of times, and he hears a lot of time, where because Coach Mims, they consider him flashy. I'm not coming to your gym because I'm not supporting you and your 3 cars that you have. I'm not paying him for all he gonna do is go out.
I can't wait to get into this. You know what? Let's stop talking. Y'all enjoy this little commercial break of more of my work, and we'll see you.
We're back. So let's get into it. So Coach Mims, you got all these cars and this jewelry and all of this stuff out here.
Let me be real with y'all.
People say you charge a bag, but are you charging a bag because you trying to support your lifestyle or?
Bro, let me tell you something. When people say that, I actually laugh inside, because it's just like, little do y'all know the sacrifices that I made to build this gym. I sacrificed family time. I sacrificed my marriage. I'm divorced now because of this gym. I sacrificed everything I had, and I put everything that I had, and I bet it on me. A lot of people told me I was crazy. I was naive to think that I can build this type of gym here in Delaware. They told me that it's going to be nothing but a money pit. Like, it's the worst investment ever. But I bet it on myself, and I won. Because I've always, my whole entire life, bet on myself. And I've always won because I know what type of work ethic and what type of sacrifices that I'm willing to do. I'm willing to sacrifice anything to be successful. And I think that's a lot of a problem what's going on with a lot of these kids. They don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to sacrifice. And I have to these talks with my kids that come into the gym all the time. I'll always ask them. They like, oh, I want to play D1. What are you willing to sacrifice to play D1? Are you willing to sacrifice time with your friends? Are you willing to sacrifice not going to the prom because you got a prior engagement? You got a workout in California somewhere. The workout with one of the top, wide receiver coaches or something like that. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice? A lot of people say they want to be the best at this and best at that, and they don't want to sacrifice. Me, I sacrifice everything for this gym, and that's why. But to get back on topic, this gym doesn't pay for my expensive habits. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's close to me, if you were close to me and you would knew I got deals and endorsement deals and everything outside of this gym that pays for that. If you are a real entrepreneur and you got an LLC and your business is incorporated, you will understand you can't just pull money out of the business for anything. It doesn't work that way. I just can't go to the bank right now. I Am 84 Sports Training Cave has its own bank account. I have my own personal bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just walk in the gym without her signature anyway and say I want $2,000 out of the I Am 84 Sports account. The first thing the teller going to do is ask me. They're going to say, oh, well, do you have authorization from Mrs. Sheldon? So I got to get her to sign off for me to take $2,000 out. Then if I take that $2,000 out, it's going to be what is that? Is that part of your salary for this week? Or is that for travel expenses? Or like, you can't just go and pull money out of a that's why it's funny to me, because people like, oh, like it costs a bag to go see Coach Mims because he got to have all those flashy cars and everything like this. Bro, if you know how much the light bill is on this building.
And let me say, I laugh too, because, and I know a lot of times people really don't know. People for a long time, people just thought that I was Coach Mims' secretary here, because I don't talk about my regular job, and I'm not gonna say what my regular. I mean, I am an engineer, but that's as far as I'll go. But it's funny when people when they find out like you have something new, the first thing they say is, oh, the training cave must be paying you good. And I laugh.
Let me tell you something. When the training cave is paying me a bag like it should be, when you pull up, you come around this corner right here and you pull up and you see that Lambo with the Lambo doors up, that's when you know the training cave is paying Coach Mims a bag. When you see a Lambo parked outside of this gym, that's when you say, you know what? Shit, Coach Mims, listen. The training cave paying money. You heard?
No, that's a good point, because people don't realize and understand that our prices are, and we have not, with the pandemic and everything, this is the first time this year in 2022 that we increased our prices, and we didn't even drastically increase our prices here, and everybody else have drastically increased, and our bills have increased.
Everything is increased
of the pandemic, but
everything increased. But I remember all, and not to cut you off, and I'm gonna tell a little bit of our business right now. I remember when our bills before the pandemic hit, our bills were like $6,000 a month. That was for insurance on the building. That was for insurance for us to be trainers. Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it loud and clear. A lot of y'all that have these trainers out here that's training your kids, ask them, do they have liability insurance on themselves to be out here training your kid? Because guess what? If your kid get hurt out there, you can sue them and you can take everything that they own. If you claim you got hurt in my gym, you can sue me, but I got a team of lawyers on deck that's going to help fight the case, and plus I got a $2 million policy. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't come after me thinking you're going to take my cars and take my house and all of that. It doesn't work like that. So if you get hurt in my gym, you better have a damn good reason why you got hurt and how you got hurt, and the camera's gonna see you. So you gotta really, really prove it if you come in here and try to fake an injury. Don't get it twisted. I have had people come in here and fake an injury and be like, oh, I did this at your gym. And I rewind the camera back and be like, yep, you ain't do this at my gym. What day you did it? Because it didn't happen here. So don't get it twisted. If you want to sue me, you better come with a team of lawyers like I got a team of lawyers on deck. But anyway, to answer your question is a lot of people, our bills went from $6,000 a month for everything that we had to pay for to now our bills fluctuate between $10,000 and $11,000 a month. So for all y'all trainers, and I'm gonna say this in the most respectful way that I can say it. When you come through those doors and you want to come to and be a part of the training cave and everything like that, don't come in here like you trying to. When you come to somebody that's established, don't come to them like you doing them a favor. I hate when people come in here acting like they doing me a favor. Oh man, I got like 200 kids following. If you had 200 kids, 50 kids, or whatever, how much kids you got, if you was doing the right thing and they was paying you a bag, bro, you wouldn't come through those doors, bro. Because you'll be building your own platform, your own brand. A lot of y'all talking about y'all have your own brand, but y'all ain't got no LLC. Y'all ain't got no a trademark. So anybody can come and take your logo and put it on a shirt and sell it. Yeah, you might be popular on Instagram and all of that, but if you don't trademark your stuff, anybody could come and make a bag off of you. I guarantee you, the I Am Athletics, the training cave, if you try to go out and make copies of that and sell t-shirts of that, I'm going to own you and your mama and everybody else, because all of my stuff is trademark infringement. If you don't know what that word, look it up. That means I can sue the hell out of you and get a bag. You heard what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me. I'm all the way legit. I'm all the way a business person. I'm all the way. And it took me years to get to where I'm at. So don't come in here thinking you're going to do me a favor saying that you got 50, 60 kids and that I should let you come in here and basically let you use my space for free.
Okay, let's talk
while
about
you
that.
make a bag. Y'all got to be crazy,
Let's talk about that.
bro.
Let's talk about that because we've had a number of people that have come and asked to either utilize the facility for training, and some have wanted it for little to nothing, and then others have come and wanted to be a part of the team, but did not
want to put in the work.
Did not agree to the percentage that they would be getting. And I think a lot of people fail to realize, like, again, they want to say that the training cave costs a bag to come here, but at the end of the day, like, you're not thinking about the overhead that it costs and all that stuff to just maintain the facility. So when we have other trainers come here and they want to, you know, they say, oh, I should be getting paid X. I think I should be getting paid X. Or
how you want to get paid X? Because guess what? When something break down in here, who got to pay for that? Me and her got to pay for that. When the $1,600 light bill need to be paid, we pay $1,600 a month in light. That's just for the light bill. That's like 2 household car notes that I pay on just a light bill. So you want me to come in here and let you basically train people out of here for free? Come on, my guy. You got to meet me, or my sister. Y'all got to meet me halfway. I'm going to make sure you eat, but I got bills to pay too. I'll give you a prime example. When I first started in this game, it was a place over, I forget what it's at, but it was called the Delaware Sportsplex. I did not go in there and talk to that guy and say, hey, I see nobody utilizing your turf. I got 25 kids that train with me. Can you let us come here and do it? I ain't come to him on that. I did not come to Delaware Sportsplex and tell that man how to run his business. I went in there. I said, hey, I think his name was Dan or Don or something like that. Said, hey, my name is Coach Mims. I'm a sports performance trainer. I'm just getting into the game. I would like to know how much it is. I say, At that time, I only worked with football players. I kept everything simple. I didn't do all athletes at that time. When I started out with one group, which I was comfortable with, was football, until I learned and got all of these certifications and everything underneath my belt. So I slow, and that's a lot of time. But we gonna talk about that. But I'm gonna stay on topic with this. I went to him. I asked him. I said, "What is your price?" Went in there. He said, "Well, you know what?" He said, "I'm not really utilizing the turf right now. I was thinking about taking it up and making more basketball courts." I said, "Whoa." I said, "Don't do that. Give me 2 months in here." I said, "Give me 2 months. What's your price?" He said, "I'll tell you what I'll do." He's like, "I'll let you. I usually rent out half." He said, "But I'll let you have the whole thing for $120 an hour." I couldn't argue with that man and say that's too much. I shook that man's hand and said, "You know what? I'll take it." And it was some days where I just made $120, so I ain't make no money. But it was the simple fact that I know where I was at and I know what I was trying to get to. So it was literally money hit my hand, I turned it right over to him, and that was it. It was almost like I was working for him. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to eat that. For the first month, I ain't hardly make no money. I think I made like $20 here. I wouldn't say I didn't make no money. I made enough money to pay that man his part. And I took my, $25 or $50 or whatever like that until I started gaining traction. And when I started gaining traction, then it went from me making $150 to like $300, $400. And that's within an hour because I was training in big groups. I was training in groups of 25, 30, 40 kids at a time. Like I was training that big of a group when the ball got rolling. But let me tell you what I learned from training in big groups. It's not for me. Training in big group, no knock to any other trainer that does it. I'm just telling you, I learned from my experience from doing that I'm not reaching everybody. It's going to take me longer to get results with everybody. And what I learned from you is people are visual. So they want to see results quickly. So the only way to get results quickly is to have that one-on-one session with kids and with everybody. It's the one-on-one sessions and guess what? When I phased away from the groups and then phased into just training one-on-one, at first with that, I really wasn't making no money. You know what I'm saying? But I knew my place. I was like, this gonna make me a bag. I kept saying that to myself, like, this gonna make me a bag. This gonna make me a bag. And eventually, I started training one kid. Then within a month and a half, he got better. Then another parent was like, "Yo, I took my son over to Mims, and that's why he playing good." And then it just snowballed, and it just went from there and there and there and there. So that's how I built up, and I found my place. I think a lot of times, a lot of trainers just see what they see on Instagram or see what they see on YouTube and like, okay, like that's my lane. I'm going in that lane. Instead of just going that lane and learning from that lane and taking a little bit from that and building your own lane. I felt like as a society, like we take whatever lane that made somebody else successful and we try to make that our lane. Success doesn't work like that. It's a little bit of, if you look at most successful rappers, doctors, lawyers, and everybody like that, they took a lane, but they made it their lane. They put their stamp on it. And I feel like that's what I did in this training game. I made my lane in this training game and I put my stamp on it.
Okay,
and that's what that.
Let's talk about a little bit about the young man that you're featuring in this video, Jordan. We're talking about.
That's my guy, Jordan, aka J Boogie.
We're talking about bags and stuff like that, and he's been consistently here for almost 2 years now. I think it is going on, and so his dad has paid a bag.
Yeah.
For training,
he's definitely paid a bag.
And but aside from that, I think the key thing is if I'm paying a bag, as people say, for your training, and I don't get the results that I want, I think it's then you can kind of talk and say like, oh, yeah, you're paying all that money and you're not, and then in addition to that, another thing that I wanted to talk to you about and ask you about quickly here is the fact that this young man he went, and you can see his clear before and after pictures, and when he was smaller, like, he wasn't on the radar, nobody wanted to train him really, and then when he got big and his athleticism is now seen by a lot of other trainers out here, and he has other trainers sliding in his DM. And
listen,
all of that.
Let me tell you something.
Trying to train now.
How
do you feel about that?
Let me say something. And if you're a trainer and you do this, you know what I'm saying, I really don't have no respect for you, because it just shows that you ain't willing to get out there and really work for it. You would never hear about Coach Mims sliding in any player DM, asking him, begging him to come train with him. I don't have to do that. My work speaks for itself. And I think that and it's just my personal opinion, I think that any trainer that does that, like, you're trash. You're trash, and you're chasing money. I don't have to chase money. You know what I'm saying? Because my work ethic and my work speaks for itself. So I have kids sliding in my DM all the time. And a lot of times, a lot of guys don't know, you sliding in my DM, you're talking to her. You're not really talking to me, because my social media, as far as my business social media, I don't even handle that. She handles that.
So the cat's out the bag. Whenever I answer all of you who message Coach Mims on Messenger and I say, hey, bro, and all of that stuff, you think you are talking to Coach Mims. But
you're never really talking to me.
You're really
talking to her.
Me.
You're not. I don't even handle.
I just learned the lingo that
none of my business platforms do I handle. She handles all of the business platforms. But to get back on topic, like, I have no respect for trainers that do that. And I know all of you trainers that out there that do that, and my kids show me all of the DMs that y'all slide in there and do. And Jordan is one of the kids where for him it's crazy right now, because everybody is trying to get a piece of him because of the work that me and him put in. And Jordan is he's a special kid, man. He listens to everything I say. He comes in here, he can have a workout with his school. He'll come right in here after the workout with his school and have a workout with me. Like, he's really dedicated. He's really locked in. And I just hope, and I have these talks with his dad all the time, I just hope that Jordan stays locked in like that, because he can really do some special things when it comes to football. And if he stays locked in like that and he stays humble, I'm going to say it again, if he stays locked in and he stay humble and don't let the early success get to his head, man, he's going to be something really, really special. But to get back on topic, yeah, I mean, I see all the messages that a lot of y'all be sliding in my kids' DM, like, yo, come train with me, I can get you right, and all of this stuff. And I tell my kids, I'm like, yo, y'all can go. I encourage my kids, go see other trainers. Go see other trainers, like, see what they worth. And a lot of times when my kids go to other trainers, they can train the other trainers better than what the trainers are training the kids, because they know how it's supposed to click. They know how everything's supposed to go. So they'll be in the training group and they'll be like, well, what is this? Like, we dancing on a ladder. We don't do this with Coach Mims. Like, we really getting after work, because it's them versus them up in here. Remind you, they're in here one-on-one. The only time they're really in here with somebody else, and when they in here with somebody else, they competing. I make them compete with each other. It ain't no, if they're in here with somebody else, if I only work one-on-one, or I work one-on-one versus them versus somebody else. And when they're in here with somebody else, they competing. I make them compete. I do drills. I do weightlifting and everything to make them compete. You know what I'm saying? So they'd rather be in here versing themselves than be in here with somebody else because they competing with each other. The energy is on a whole nother level when they come in here and work out with somebody else. You ain't in here, chopping it up with them and talking the whole time. Like, nah, we going, we clicking, we getting after it. But the stay on topic a little bit, like I have no respect for trainers that drop in kids DM and basically begging the kids to come train with them. I mean, it's one thing if a kid dropping your DM as a trainer and be like, hey, I'm looking for some extra work, whatever. I respect that. But for you to be dropping in random kids DM like, hey, come train with me. I can get your footwork right. I can get this right. That means you don't really have a clue of what you're doing. Because if you knew what you was doing, you wouldn't have time to drop in no kids DM. They'll be dropping in your DM like, hey, Coach so-and-so, I see you doing work. Is it possible that I can come work out with you and do all those things? Yo, those are the kind of trainers that I respect. I don't respect no trainer, bro. And I'm going to say it 1,000 times. I have no respect for you if you're dropping in kids' DMs, begging them to come train with you. That means you don't know what you're doing and you really don't have a lane. That means you need to really fall back, come and get underneath somebody like me, learn first, and then jump off the porch and do your own thing. I think that what's going on right now is a lot of these guys, they're seeing the quick, fast money in training, and they're really not going to train underneath somebody and really learning the skill and learning what it takes to train somebody else. I say it all the time. Just because you used to be a professional athlete or you used to be you look good and you train yourself doesn't mean you can train somebody else. It takes a lot of discipline and a lot of energy to train somebody else.
And let me chime in there, and I can say this from being a young trainer in the game now. To be honest, I got my certification because, I mean, I do have a natural passion for helping other people and to also be able to really assist Coach Mims when he needed it, and be able to legitimately do that, like know what I'm doing and know what I'm talking about. But I can honestly say as a young trainer, like, it's a lot. It is a lot. You're dealing with different personalities. It's not a one size fit all here. And so I can honestly say, as we start to close this segment here, I can honestly say that if you say that the training cave costs a bag or Coach Mims costs a bag, it's because it's not a one size fit all here. Every time somebody walks in that door, we can look at them. It takes a really open-minded, in-tune person to be able to know your clients. We look at the client as soon as they walk in the door. We may have something in our head and think that we're going to do X, and we quickly have to change because their mood is off. They've had a bad day at work and all that. So if the bad comes into play is because we tailor every workout for that particular client. And if we have to change it on the fly during the training session, that's what we have to do. But a lot of trainers that I see, it's like it's a one size fit all. They're not in tune with their clients like that. I can tell by one of my clients, if she comes in and she's limping a little bit, I'm like, what's going on? Like, that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for, oh, I'm coming in here just to get a little bit of work with Coach Mims or Coach Shawn. You're paying for that attention to detail. So if you think that Coach Mims is a bag or the training cave costs a bag, you really need to do your research and find out what you're getting here. You're not just getting a one size fit all training. And that's just my spiel in regards to our business and why. If you think that we charge a lot of money, it's because of that. And if you talk to any of our clients who've been with us for a long period of time, they'll tell you, like, I come here because of the attention to detail, because of the way they take care of their clients. If a client comes here and they hurting, we're not gonna just be like,
push through the workout.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You cannot do.
You
that's
can't
why
just
we
push
have
through
this
the workout.
recovery room. It's for that reason. So
to hit on that, a lot of when we first built this gym, everybody told me that I was crazy for building the room that we're in now, the recovery room that has the hot tub, cold tub, ice machine, treatment tables, recovery boosts, electric stem, muscle blasters, like you name it. We have suction cupping. We have, man, you name it, we have it. Everything that an NFL locker room has, we have it here at the training cave. And a lot of people told me I was wasting my time, wasting my money. People are not going to pay for that. Listen, let me tell you something. Those same people that said that is those same people that's trying to build this room right here in their gym. I see some of the most craziest stuff around here. People filling up tubs of water, barely got any ice in there, talking about they doing the ice bath. Do y'all even know what the temperature is supposed to be on the ice bath at all times? What the temperature is supposed to be at the ice bath at all times?
No less than 40, no less than 34.
Right. No less than 34 degrees. That's how much an ice tub's supposed to be at all times. That means when it melts, it's still supposed to be between 35 to 40 degrees. Not it melt and then it's 60, 70 degrees. It defeats the purpose. So a lot of y'all doing these, I see people set up people for electric stim and don't even have it on the right muscle group. You can't do electric stim if you don't know the different parts of the muscle groups that the electric stim's supposed to be on. So a lot of y'all take y'all butts back to school, get certifications to do this, and understand the education behind the human body and the things that you're supposed to do. Don't just do it because you see me do it or you see somebody else doing it. Do it because you know what it's supposed to be doing for that particular client. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it just because you saw it on Instagram or you saw it on Facebook or you saw it on YouTube. Do it because you have the knowledge in the background to do it. You have the knowledge in the background to do an ice bath. You have the knowledge and background to do a hot tub. You have the knowledge in the background to do kinesio taping. You have the knowledge in the background to do electric stim. You have the knowledge in the background to do a muscle blast treatment. Don't just do it because all of y'all trying to make this quick money. Quick money ain't gonna be long-term money. I got long-term money in this. So you can come here and do fly by night, meet a couple of people outside, train them this day. I train year round. This is my job. I do it year round. Believe that. And I get a bag for doing it year round because I know what I'm doing.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'd like to thank Coach Mims, the arrogant, high-priced trainer in Delaware, for his time today. For allowing me to interview him.
It's about 9 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fit pretty much about to be finished for the day up until about 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna go and drop the top on my BMW, go and get me a lunch. You know what I'm saying? And I'll catch you later. I appreciate you for having me. I appreciate you for co-hosting with me. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that post notification so you'll see all the latest videos that come out on In Between Sets. And guess what? We'll see you guys at the next episode.